It's finally that time for another massive Valorant update, bringing some much needed changes to two agents who hadn't been touched in a bit. Along with that, we also have a few amazing quality of life changes addressing community complaints. It's cool to see Riot constantly keeping Valorant up to date, considering their main competition hardly ever makes updates to their game. Trust us when we say if you haven't seen these changes yet, they are some good ones. Let's first start out with the new UI update though. Recently, Riot actually reworked their dashboard screen by really improving the visual quality. Unfortunately, with the visual update, they also did something that most people weren't happy with. They actually pretty much gutted the navigation experience to everything except for the store. Of course, this wasn't slick at all, and users immediately noticed how obnoxious it was that to go to the store it only took one click, but to go to anything else it took a minimum two. Riot heard our complaints and they've gone ahead and improved the navigation, allowing users to quickly cycle through their collection, agents, and pretty much everything else you'd need to access on the menu screen. Obviously a pretty minor update, but still something nice and convenient. Changes like these really add up, so we definitely love to see updates like this, especially considering it happened pretty fast after the initial UI rework. Next up, something most players are likely talking about is the Cypher buffs that are going live with this patch. The two big changes being an increase in range for Cypher's tripwires from 1000 to 1500, or essentially from 10 meters to 15 meters. This is a pretty crazy buff, as it basically just allows Cypher to place his tripwires in new places now that he couldn't before. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because new tripwires means we gotta keep you updated on all the new Cypher setups on every map after this update. Stay tuned for that. But the other massive change you'll see for Cypher is that they're making his ultimate have an increased cast range, so he doesn't need to risk as much to activate it. And not only that, but it will actually pulse a second time 4 seconds after the first reveal of the enemy team. Not only that, but now the yellow outline on his camera and ultimate reveal is less distracting when taking a gunfight on enemy players because it will just deactivate if they enter your vision. This is a nice quality of life change, since sometimes it was difficult to track targets when you constantly had this yellow outline appearing on your screen. Overall, the Cypher buffs are pretty cool. We don't really see this knocking Chamber completely out of the meta, but at least in the next few weeks you may see a little bit more Cypher until everyone starts switching back to Chamber. However, one of the coolest things to be on the lookout for is that ultimate buff. Although his tripwires are going to provide him with new setups now, his ultimate getting a second pulse doesn't just mean more information, but it also means more stall. When you know you're about to get revealed, generally you don't want to risk making any big plays because you might give away your plan. In the past, this normally just meant standing still for a second before the Cypher ultimate, but now since it's going to reveal your location twice, you're going to generally wait 4 seconds longer than usual. That may not sound like a lot, but 4 seconds can easily be the make or break in a post plant, and that's why we really think this ultimate is going to be more annoying than it sounds. As we said though, until Chamber gets some sort of rework, we don't expect to see Cypher shaking up the meta too much. Our next change we're going to talk about though may be the more impactful one. Fade is getting nerfed quite a bit. The duration of her prowlers is being reduced from 3 seconds to 2.5, which if we remember anything from the Sova drone change a while back, this is going to hit quite a bit. Reducing the time on a drone ability basically just means there are corners that you could clear before that you won't be able to now, which is quite annoying. Not only that, but they made it so that it actually takes longer for the prowlers to bite their target after tracking them down. Now the bite will come in after 0.6 seconds, moving up from 0.4. More importantly though, our favorite change is that they made the prowler's hitbox much easier to shoot. Sounds like a lot, right? Well, that's actually not all. On top of this, they made it so that if you do end up getting hit by the prowlers, you'll be blind for 2.75 seconds, down from 3.5. That feels ridiculous to even say. 3.5 seconds is an absurd amount of time to be blinded in Valorant. For context, breach flashes only last 2 seconds. Granted, players can at least shoot fade prowlers, so there is a bit of extra counterplay, but we still believe this was a much needed change. Finally, with all of these changes to her prowler, they are also increasing her ultimate cost Nightfall from 7 to 8 charges. They're just stacking on the fade nerfs this patch, and we're interested to see how much it affects her. We actually mentioned in our tier list video a few days ago that we don't think she'll be horrible, and we still stand by this. We do think fade mains are going to be significantly disappointed with her prowlers after this update though. Now it's time for the last update that isn't going to surprise anyone. Harbor's Cascade has been changed from 1 charge to 2. This ability's effect was so short-lived and average they kinda had to do this. This increase in charges is actually especially nice too because it won't feel so bad if you try to use this ability as a default anymore. With all that said though, we don't think this is enough to sway most players right now. After all, some people think Yoru is still underpowered, so clearly it's going to take a lot more to win people over than this. Be on the lookout because we predict this is just the first change of many for Harbor. Finally, not really a gameplay update, but more of a news update. VCT Game Changers are having their championship this week, week, running from November 15th through November 20th. We're super excited to watch this event playing out over the week, and you can even get a pretty cool player card title combo by just watching on Twitch. It'll be streamed on the main Valorant channel. All you'll have to do is have your Twitch linked with your Riot account, and you'll be eligible for drop. If you want to check out the brackets, you can do so on the official Valorant website. Really exciting event with teams like Cloud9 White, Shopify Rebellion, Team Liquid, and Crew, just to name a few. If you've been looking to scratch that competitive itch, this might be a great opportunity to do so, since there likely won't be many big Valorant events until 2023. Remember though, if you're watching these players and thinking about how good they are at the game, it's not hopeless for you. Over at SkillCapped, we've got you covered with dozens of world-class courses designed to elevate your Valorant gameplay to the top level. With a deep history of helping players climb the ranks, we've cracked the code and figured out how to help users at a ridiculously fast rate. The reason we're able to do this is because we've studied the ranked environment you're playing in to filter out all the BS that you'll hear from less experienced coaches. With over 10,000 hours of experience between our coaches, we'll help you get out of whatever rank you're stuck in, and the best part is, we're also one of the cheapest services on the market. Don't spend hundreds of dollars on a private coach when we'll do it for just $7. Get started with the link below today, and we'll see you there. Thanks for tuning into this week's news update. We'll catch you later.